Hi, hello everyone, my name is Naomi and welcome to step 2 of how to teach your dog how to heel. If you haven't seen step 1 yet, I do recommend you watching that one first. The link will be in the description. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Step number 2 exists of two parts that you can do simultaneously. We're going to be doing the first steps next to us, and we're also going to be teaching our corners. Let me start with corners. To teach your corners, you're going to be needing something, I call it a target mat, a place mat. You can use really whatever you find in your kitchen, something your dog can put his paws on top. Basically what we're going to be doing is quite simple. It's not that hard. It's going to look a bit hard, but it's simple, I promise. You have your treats. Again, we just taught our dog how to do the touch, so obviously we're going to use it now. What we're going to do is we're going to put our hands next to here. Our dog is going to put his front paws up on top of the mat, looking that way, obviously. And then we're going to turn, and our dog is going to turn with us, keeping his paws on the mat and using his back legs to move around it. Okay? A hard explanation for a very easy task. Let me show you. Good. So, dog at your touch. You guide him with his front paws on top of that. It's okay if you need to do this a couple of times to just perfect him getting off and on it. Don't be worried about that. Again, my dog already knows this step, so it's obviously a little bit easier for him. Once you can do this, again, take your time. You will be, and this is going to be, I'm going to try and explain it the best I can. You have your treats. You're going to put them on his nose, and basically I'm just going to try and keep him so I can show the movement because he's going to start turning. You're going to move, oh, you're not on top of the mat anymore. There you go. You're going to move his head so that he has no other choice than moving his spine along with it. Okay, so I'm moving his head, and that's going to make his back legs turn. Okay, just one step to start with, just one tiny little step, and he's already going to get treats. There you go. I'm going to give him a little break. Good job, buddy. Very well done. Give him a little break, and then we're going to try that again. If it's a little easier for you to do it with your dog in front of you, that's fine. I find that for some people it's easier to do it this way. So your dog's in front of you, puts his paws on it, and you turn like this. There you go, until he takes a couple of steps. Do it in both ways. In the end, they're only going to need to know it really in one way, but just for agility purposes and muscle strength, do it in both. Okay, so take your time and build that up until you can do the following. Your dog's paws are up on his mat. I'm going to take a turn, and my dog is simultaneously going to turn with me, like this. Again, still with my touch. Touch, and a turn. A touch, and a turn. A touch, and a turn. That's your end goal for this first half of the second step. I know I'm making it confusing. Don't be worried if it doesn't go as smoothly as it goes for me. Again, I've been doing it for 7 years. I would hope he knows it by now. It can be frustrating trying to find the right way to move so that your dog stays on top of the target mat and moves. It can be frustrating. If it is, just take a little break, come back, try it again the next day. Don't get flustered. Don't get angry at your dog. They don't know what they're doing either. Just take your time, okay? Usually they just have to make a small little click in their brain, like, oh, I can move on this, and then you'll be fine, and you'll be set for life, I promise. But it can be a little bit tricky to get them to turn for the first time. Don't be worried about that. Once your dog can correctly do the turning on the target mat, where the second part of this first part of the second part is also going to be teaching it on the ground. Okay, so it's basically exactly the same as we just did on top of the mat, just now we're not using the mat. So what does that look like? I'm going to show you without dog first. Blave. Right, your dog is next to you, you're just going to take a turn, and your dog is going to keep his feet on the same position and turn his butt together with you. Looks about like this. So, dog is next to you, you take your turn, and your dog moves his butt with you. Oh, you didn't fully move there. Let me show it again. There you go. Once more. There you go. And finish the circle. There you go. Like I said, exactly the same as we just did on top of the mat. Now off of the mat. That was our turn, what we call our turn inside, or our turn towards our dog. We're also going to do our turn away from our dog. You can't practice that on the mat because your dog now actually has to move his front feet. What happens now is you have your little vertical line, you are going to stay on the same spot. So a minute ago, we moved. Now we're going to stay on the same spot and just turn. And our dog is the one who has to move around us. So a lot of words for quite an easy movement. Let me show you. Your dog is next to you, wanting your treat. There's a treat in there. There you go. He found it. You're going to turn, and he's going to turn along with you. One thing you don't want to watch out for with this movement is that they don't overcompensate. Basically, that he doesn't do this. Right? It also has to do with your hand. As you saw, I pulled my hand forward a lot more. Try not to do that. They still, when you stop, still need to be standing next to you, looking the right direction. Right? So I'll show it to you again. Dog is in your position, right next to you. He does his little turn. He does another little turn. You try to stay on the same spot as much as possible. Grab your own target mat if you need to. And that's how you turn. And that's what you want to be able to do at the end of the first part of step 2. We've learned our touch. We are now for the first time going to actually walk with our dog on touch. And we're going to be using a fence for it, especially if it's your first time, okay? Why? Because then we can guarantee that both you are in the correct position and your dog is in the correct position, okay? If you're doing it in freedom, a lot of young dogs have the tendency to take some distance, so to walk over there instead of here, or they walk a little bit in front of you, or I don't know, throw their butt so they're kind of walking sideways. We don't want that, so we're just going to play it safe and immediately go next to a fence. You want to leave as much room between you and the fence so that your dog fits in between it snugly. You don't want to be pinning them against the fence, not at all. They need to have space. And now we have to make a little bit of second decision where you want your hand position to be. This is going to depend on the end result you want. There are some people that want that where their dog walks like perfectly straight next to them, but then with their head up, like tilted almost back. I don't really like that position. First of all, I feel like it would be straining on the dog's neck. I don't think I have proof of this. I'll look it up, but I don't think so. But it just looks very uncomfortable for the dog. And also, secondly, say I come across an obstacle. Well, my dog is looking straight up, so there's no way he's ever going to see that, and he's likely to just fall over it. I don't want that. So the position I like to have my dog in is, I'm going to show it to you with my hand and then with my dog later. If the tips of my hand is where he's looking, I like to have him next to me with his head still up, so he's looking at me, but not completely like this, still a little bit up and a little bit sideways, so that from the corner of his eye he can still look ahead of him, but he can also perfectly still look at me. It's a little more comfortable for the dog, and it also, and this is a personal take, but I also think it looks a lot better. But that's a bit personal, so you have to decide for yourself where you want it. I'm going to show you, obviously, the way that I like it the best. I have my dog next to me, and I'm going to, first of all, before I start walking, I just need him in the correct position. I want his shoulder to be next to my knee, and like I showed you a minute ago, his head to be turned just ever so slightly around my leg and looking up, okay, but up at my hand. So I'm going to grab a few treats again. There you go. So same as before, few treats. My thumb is going to hold them in place, put them on his nose, and voila, his shoulders are next to me, and I'm going to put my hand right here so that he's looking up at me and turns his head a little bit around my leg. I can feel him against my leg. And once I have him in this position, he's already gotten a few treats for this, so don't you worry. I'm just going to take a few steps, very slowly to start with, just straight next to the fence lining. So a few steps. There you go. That's already more than enough for the first time with him next to me, constantly on the touch. And that's all you have to do for the first little part. I'll show you it again. So my dog is next to me. I have a few treats at his nose. I'm going to turn him ever so slightly. There you go. So he's looking nicely up at me. And I'm going to take a few steps forward. There you go. Very simple. Okay, now you want to keep doing this until you can walk in a straight line in your normal pace with your dog in the correct position. So let me show that for you. I'll start a little bit further back. There you go. Still with the same amount or even more treats. Put him in my correct position. I'm just going to walk in my normal pace next to the fence lining, and he can keep up with me. There you go. And nicely follow me until the end of my life. So once we can do that at a regular walking pace, we're going to try it just without the fence next to us. And we're going to do the same steps as we did there. So our dog in the correct position, first start really slowly again, and then build it up again until you can do it in a regular pace. So to start slowly, your dog is next to you. You put them in that position, correct position, looking up, and you're just going to start with taking a few little steps forward and rewarding them constantly, obviously. And then, like I said, it's the same as there. We're just going to keep building that up until our dog can do it in a regular walking pace, just straight line, regular walking pace in the correct position. And that looks just about like this. There you go. So quite simple. Finally, to end step 2, we're just going to bring the 2 things we did together. And that's going to be the end of every step. So I'm already spoiling it a little bit for you. So we're going to bring our corner that we just did. That we did before. So we're going to bring our walking straight together with our corners. And that's going to look a bit like this. You want to be able to do them separately completely well first before you bring them together, okay? So don't rush this. But once you are ready for it, you have your dog in your position, you're going to start walking, and then you're just going to do a corner, and you're going to walk again. I don't want to walk off camera, so I'm going to come back. And the same thing with your corner to the other side. Your dog is next to you. You're going to start walking, you're going to do your corner that way, and you're going to walk again, and again, I don't want to walk off camera. So you're just going to bring the last 2 steps together, and that's it. That's all you need to be able to do for step 2. One recommendation I do have for this step is record yourself. Make a video of you doing the step. It's a lot easier to see what you're doing wrong on video later than it is just doing it by looking down. So take a video of yourself, then review it afterwards, and you can be like, oh right, I did that wrong, and you can try it again the next day. So that was step 2 of how to teach your dog how to heel. Practice this for a little while, and also feel free to share a video of you doing it with me or tag me in a video. I would love to see you and your dog train and have fun. And I will see you in step 3, which will be out in a week, or which will be linked in the description down below. See you then.